for the very first time in my life, so please be kind. Yeah, so it might be hard to believe, but I'm not English. Yeah, that's right. I'm actually Spanish, more specifically from the south region of Spain called Andalusia. Thank you. You like it there, don't you? Yeah. So, unfortunately, it's a very poor region. I come from one of the poorest towns in Spain, and 40% of people there are unemployed. So, yeah, you know why I'm here. So, before moving to England, I used to live with my mom, with my dad, and my older sister. And, you know, we're a very close family. Sometimes I think we're too close, but not as close as the Lannisters, but still very close. In fact, because we live in a small flat, we have to share everything, including the bathroom and sometimes very personal things. Sometimes I use my dad's trimmer, and I mean beer trimmer, because we don't have a garden, but I do have a bush. So one day after a holiday I spent there in Spain, I was going back to England, and the day before I was there in the toilet using the streamer, of course. So my dad came in and he's like, seriously, why are you doing this now? Couldn't you just wait to get to England and use your own trimmer? I was like, no Dad, you know I like traveling light. Anyway. So, yeah. Before moving to England, I studied chemical engineering in Spain. And most people think chemical engineers know a lot of chemistry, but actually this is a misconception. I always say if chemists study chemical reactions, chemical engineers would design the vessel in which these chemical reactions happen. So using the cooking analogy, it would be like saying chemists are the Jamie Oliver, whereas we just sell the saucepans from Argos. So they're the small ones, but we're the ones who make the money. That's basically. And also people tend to say, oh, you're a chemical engineer, so why don't you cook meth? Is this illegal? Maybe? Immoral? I mean, seriously, if someone asked me that question again, I'd be breaking mad. Yeah, so after I finished my degree, I moved to Manchester in search for a bright future, and I ended up working for Boots Pharmacy. Yeah, that was also the time in which UK had the referendum for Brexit. So, yeah, it was a very hard time for me because I was an engineer working for Boots, and also I kind of felt unwelcome in this country, not anymore. So yeah, I was very devastated, so I said, okay, don't worry, one day I'll just have my revenge. So since then I've been thinking, and I've realized English people get pissed off really easily. In fact, I just need to state one fact for you to get angry. Princess Diana is dead. Yes, can be. Yeah, sorry. So eventually, I finally got accepted at the University of Southampton. So yeah, I was very happy. Like, yay! Finally, I'm going to be a researcher. My dreams are going to become true. And then I moved to Southampton. It's only amazing. I was like, what is this place? Is this the south of England? Is it Mordor? Yeah, so I found out it wasn't as exciting as I was expecting. Like, I'm really happy about my research. So that's quite good. I'm very happy. And yeah, so basically the idea of my research, finally getting to the topic. The idea of my research is to find the most optimal way to produce biochemicals from municipal solid waste. So, in other words, it's a rubbish research. So, part of this fraction is mainly made of food waste, and some people argue, okay, why don't you just reduce the amount of food waste? And of course, that's a very good argument. You should definitely stop throwing away your edible food. People think it's very important. But there are always things that you can't eat, like, I don't know, you have potato peels, chicken bones, tea bags, very important in this country. Yeah, so there's a lot of ways that you can't really do anything about, and it's organic, and it's something you can do with it. I mean, you wouldn't eat any of that stuff, would you? Like, you kind of look like you eat potato peels. Never mind. So these biochemicals are butyric propionic and acetic acid, and these are, in my field, known as PFA, volatile fatty acids. But actually, I'm not very happy with this name, because after a while and research, I realized they're actually not volatile. They just name it like that because they are the least non-volatile among fatty acids. So that was a very confusing time of life. But eventually I figured it out. And you probably already know acetic acid is one of the main components of vinegar. So when people ask me, okay, can you just summarize your research in very simple words so that I can understand? I always say, okay, yeah, I basically pickle crap. Yeah, it's true. But I wouldn't really recommend eating any of that stuff. But some people eat potato peels, so I don't judge. Yes, so I forgot my lines again. Okay, so it's amazing to see how bacteria can transform something useless basically into something useful for us. All I need to do is sit, watch, and make sure they don't die. So yeah, it's basically like babysitting my little cousin. Same thing. Rosa, get on that window! Yeah, it's very dangerous stuff. Yeah, so for environmental engineers like me, all companies like BP, Shell are like the enemy. Not only they make profit by polluting the environment and contributing to global warming, they use dead dinosaurs. Yes, like imagine, poor Littlefoot, he spent years looking for the Great Valley and he ended up in your car's engine. Yes, and the biggest irony is when we make dinosaur toys made of actual dinosaurs. How did you explain that to your kids? That's seriously fucked up. Seriously. So we definitely need to do more for our environment. Definitely. Like, what we do with our waste right now? We basically dig a hole, put the shit in, and then cover it up. And then we call it something fancy like landfill. It's basically like saying anus instead of asshole. It's the same thing, it's just a fancier word. So, yes. So sorry. Yes, so sometimes I think that PhDs, I used to think PhDs are smart people, but I forget my life, so I'm not that smart. Anyway, but I built a different opinion in the last year. The other day I went to uni cycling on my bike, and I was going into the office, and I still was wearing my high visibility jacket and my helmet with flashy lights. And my colleague said, "Oh, you're going here cycling?" I'm like, "No, I'm just like walking safely." I think we didn't have the coffee yet, so. So yeah, most news are very devastating, right? Like every day you get these hundreds of people dying in the Middle East. Donald Trump says something stupid again. It's gonna snow everywhere in the UK except Southampton. Always. But sometimes you get good ones. The other day I read that Chinese police developed a new system to recognize, a new facial recognition system. So, yeah, they would help them catch criminals even quicker than normally. And I feel terrible because deep inside I was thinking, finally it was about time someone developed a system to recognize Chinese people. Sorry. And I feel terrible about that, but we all have a dark side. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for tonight. My name is Ramos, but I hope one day you can call me Dr. Pico. Thank you.